Good morning everyone, 6th of February 2021. I'm back at the Reefton A&P Show. So come with me for a look around here today and we'll see what range of activities we've got. Let's start at the shearing competition. Well, I've met up with Sam Wynn here. He's going to tell me. I understand these sheep have come from the station you've just tidied up down Waipuna way there. Sam.
Yeah, these Mark Ferguson's lambs.
Yeah.
He's been supplying them for about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
It was Ken Ferguson before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we prepared them all up yesterday. They were born, August born.
Yeah.
And weaned off their mothers about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So yeah, they're calmed down now, and as you see, if you have a look at them, they're all crutched up evenly, so everyone gets the same.
And will he keep these in his flocks as breeders?
Yeah, these are his ewe lambs, so they are his breeding,
Yeah.
his future breeding programs.
Right.
Yeah.
And once the wool's off them, they perk up a bit too, do they?
Yeah, they eat a lot of food. That's one reason why they should be shorn as lambs, because it promotes the growth.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're running at about 35 to 40 people we need for the day to help out. There's basically 12 judges. You've got judges out the back that judge the sheep for job. You've got judges on the board that judge for second cuts. And then you've got your points people. Then you've got your rouseabouts on the board, and your truck drivers, and it's just getting the pen boys out the back. Yeah, so it takes a lot to run. Yeah.
But they've all got an interest to see it all run smoothly and get through to... The objective is to find the best one on the day, eh?
That's dead right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. May well win.
I've met Cheryl here. She's the timekeeper today. You've got a unusual tool here. Would you tell me about it?
This is the time clock, and this times each of the shearers. So this white button here, when I press that, when they say go, it sets all the time clocks going together.
Right.
And these buttons are the individual finishing.
Good work. So you've got an accurate record, and then that all goes to the tally.
It all goes to the tally, and it's all added to the points that they get on the board, and they're also judged away out the back there on other aspects of their shearing.
So other aspects are like cuts in the wool, their time, their
cuts and ridges of wool that they've left behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second cuts here.
Yeah.
So you're part of a big cog here, and
yes. It takes a lot of people, because like here in Reefton, this shearing board is put up every year and then dismantled at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So it takes quite a few people to get it all organised. And then the people that supply the sheep, they've got to be crutched up and sorted so that, well, firstly sorted so that they're all fairly even.
Yes.
And then they're all crutched up a certain way so that no one shearer gets an advantage.
Thank you. So here's a demonstration of blade shearing coming up. They've got 3 sheep each, and for each shearer.
Thank you, Percy. We are ready for a start. My timekeeper ready. Competitors set, go. And of course, I'm the last one to know. There's nothing unusual. A lot of farmers.
I've met you here. You're at the Reefton A&P Show, and you're going to tell me about the wool.
I'm just going to give you a brief outline on the what we're up to here, especially with wool handling.
Yes.
You can see here with the wool, the girls, they take the bellies out, the short pieces around the end of the legs.
Yes.
So you can see the difference between this and good fleece wool.
Much more discoloured,
It
more oil in it.
Yeah. So what happens is that the broker will have a contract for a certain colour wool. And what they do is they'll buy a good line of this, which they pay good money for, and then they buy these oddments, which they blend with it, which they pay a lot less for, to blend down to the what the contract is.
Yes.
So this is what happens. It goes. We spend the time and effort taking it out, and they will put a lot of it back in to the colour match that they need for their contracts.
Good. And lamb wool, what garment does it end up in specifically? Soft lamb wool.
Soft lamb wool normally ends up in clothing, especially crossbred. It's for the knitting you know, like hand knitting and everything. You know, like the people buy it and it's nice and soft. Once they get a bit older, the wool coarsens out, and that's sort of more carpety type.
Yes.
Wool.
So it's quite a team here, isn't it, with this blade shearing? You've got rouseabouts down the front there?
Yeah, the wool handlers down. We don't call them rouseabouts anymore.
No.
It's a swear word.
It's a swear word.
Well, they tend to think that. So they're called the wool handlers.
Yeah.
With the blades, you can see they're leaving a bit more wool on the sheep for the high country. It's there's still, I don't know how many thousand sheep shorn, but there's a considerable number in the Canterbury, Central Otago regions, even down in Southland where they shear with the blades. We got 15 mil
Yes.
all over the body, and that's what protects it in the snow and in the high country.
How long would it take to grow that length of wool up there? If you know,
Probably 3 weeks.
Yes.
3 weeks. You know, like if they're actually completely, 3 weeks to a month. Yeah.
And sometimes you get the shears, the cones with a riser on it too, don't you?
Winter cone.
Did that work, or is it not
definitely.
as good as this?
It won't leave as much wool on as this, but it's very effective because you can get a lot more sheep shorn in a day.
Yes.
And basically it comes down to economics. Like the guys with them good machine shearers are shearing 250, 300 a day, day in, day out. Whereas like these guys, they'll be 200 to 240. So
Yes.
when you put it over, 6 million, it's a lot of sheep.
It is.
Nice. Give it back when you let go. Whoa. 2 reds and a blue. Elbow up high, right back to the corner of your mouth. Nice. Just to the corner of your mouth, no further. Sit there in the centre. Beautiful. Goes in the centre, nothing moves when let go. Brilliant.
Thank you. There you go.
Fire engine's been in Reefton virtually all its life, and 12 months ago Robin O'Regan and myself, Robin did the painting, I did the pulling to pieces and putting back together again, and it wasn't a restoration, it was another tidy up so it could last for another 70 odd years.
Yes. Yeah.
And Roscoe's Big Hudson, it's a lovely old car, a real limousine of its day.
It would be.
And further down the Essex, it's a new addition to the Vintage Car Club here on the West Coast. Belongs to Bruce and Kim Anderson.
Yes.
And they've not long been here. They arrived just before the COVID, and Bruce has just recently bought this car, and that'll keep him out of mischief. But it's a lovely old car to drive, it really is.
Lovely. And your one here?
And the Chev, I've had that since I was about 14.
Yeah.
It's never been restored. It just got a coat of paint about 25 years ago, and it's been well motored right through the South Island. But it drinks as much petrol as my V8 Land Rover.
Does it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, this is the barrel race here at the Annual Show. Round you go, love. Get into it. Stick it in. Now way back down this other end here. And give it to it all the way back up there. through the flags and home.
Oh. I was going to say, hope he doesn't overrun too much. He'll top you.
Joined up here with Keely at the Reefton A&P Show. Tell me about your horse, Keely.
From Murchison,
Yes.
and I've had her for about 2 years now. So,
Lovely. How tall is she?
She's a full height pony.
Is she? Yes.
But she's quite fine, so
Yeah.
she looks a little bit.
Lovely. You doing all right today with all this showing and things?
I've only been doing jumping,
Yes.
so it hasn't started yet.
Right.
So
Good.
it's the battle racing so far.
Good work. Have a good day. What's your name, love?
Scarlet.
Scarlet, hey? Good on you. Nice to see you on the horse.
Thank you.
Good on you. I'm here with Vinny. He's going to have a go at this coal shoveling competition here. Telling me a little bit about the techniques. But you're using a banjo shovel?
Yep, banjo shovel, just get a bit more on, you know, a normal spade, you'd be there forever,
Yes.
I'd say.
And you're saying the coal needs to be dry too to get the...
Yeah, get it to fluff up a bit when it's dry. If it's wet, it'd probably hold up on the pile a bit more, you know, wouldn't roll down to you. So, yeah, no, it's all technique, watching these older boys doing it.
Yes. Yeah, and some of them here have held the world record too,
Yeah,
I think, from this era, haven't they?
Yeah, there's some pretty classy guys around. I suppose when you're doing it all day, every day.
Yes. Now that shovel you got there,
Points a bit
yeah,
pointier.
it won't matter really whether it's got a square face or a round face?
Not for digging, but you probably get a bit more on the bigger radius, you know.
Oh, I see,
It's
yeah.
got a bit more area at the front.
Ready, boys. Ready, set, go. Move forward, Billy. Move forward. Away. Whoa.
Up with Neville Curtin, he's going to give me a wee bit of understanding about the axis here. Look at that. That's a fair cutting edge, isn't it?
So the idea of these ones have been cast as cast steel.
Yes.
And that, but so what they used to be in the older days, they're always a lot narrower. And that, so nowadays they're getting bigger and bigger in the blades, you know. And just about got to the stage now that the blades are getting too big for some people. It's hard to steer an axe when it's that long.
Yes.
So the idea is, yeah, really, I mean, like as far as an angle goes, like the angle of the blade comes right down to there. It's very, you know, the angle of the blade is just about not much wider than that.
Yes.
So they're very, very thin.
I gotcha.
But the work that's put into them with a stone to get them sharp is an awful lot.
Yes.
It's like your samurai sword thing. It's the same sort of principle.
Yes.
It's the amount of time that you put into it, and knowing when what you're looking for.
Right. And this timber here, you said is poplar or willow or something?
This is sort of a poplar or willow. It's again, most of the timber you can only just sort of get what you got the most of. You
Yes.
know, like if there's a lot of pine, then you'll cut pine. It's just what you can get even, and sometimes you can't. You know, sometimes they're just full of knots and
Yes.
axes get broken and people get
graft off because they can't win.
Yes.
But that's just
That's the luck of the
that's
draw,
the luck
right?
of the draw, and that's
Yeah.
how they do it. Like
Yeah.
here at the moment, we're just grabbing any log because we're not really in. But in a proper competition, your log is drawn by a number.
Yes.
So it's like a raffle, and in that way, if you get a bad one, it's not like, well,
Yeah.
not like it was set up.
Tell me about your setup here. Now you mentioned that you've put marks on here. What
Yes.
do you got?
Well, the idea is, you got to try and cut it to meet at the middle. So you do like a 45-degree angle. So if that's 12 inches in diameter, through there, it'll be 12 inches across there.
Yes.
Roughly. So you're going at about 45 degrees.
Yes.
And then the idea is that you always allow a little bit extra because it's easier to make a mistake.
Yes.
Right, you could bring your cut into here and only be like that.
You're right.
But if you made a mistake, you wouldn't have any room or any wood to finish with. So you've got to have a little bit of wood in the middle to break through to allow for mistakes, because one side looks like left-handed and right-handed. Right hand is always good, left hand is not quite so good.
Yeah,
So
you've got more power on one side than the other. Eh?
and you're more accurate one side. Around and cut in the other half.
Yeah.
Halfway.
There's no time or amount of shots that you have. You got to judge it as you go to turn.
You judge it as you go. Like, look, when you get to some logs and some guys, the big powerful men, they can say, oh, I'll do it at 8 hits or 15. They can. And they do it into that,
Yes.
But yeah, some of us, well, we just keep pecking away until all the wood falls out, and then we go.
Right.
Type thing.
Thanks for the gun over there.
Just hit it where it sticks out is the motto.
I'm here with Mike. You chopping next, Mike, are you?
Yep.
You're on bloody 30 this time, so.
Yeah.
But you've got your axe all ready to go, sharp as a hell. But I just see this. What would you call this going through the centre here?
Safety pin.
Yeah. So that's a requirement now because they don't want it coming off in the crowd.
No.
And the handle, what's that made of?
Hickory.
Yes.
They're made by Tuatahi axes.
Yes.
They make their own handles at Masterton.
Yes.
And the head as well is all theirs.
Right.
Forged out.
And have you modified that to your grip at all, or just?
Oh, not just a wee bit of light sanding there.
Yeah. Good. Well, good luck with your chop.
Hey, thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So Mike's away now. Logs or 325 mil.
Blowing Dixie, double fall time.
So we're lining up. They called what are these? The tapes or
This is just a music roll.
a music roll? Yes.
And you just pedal it until you find out what the number is. This may not have a number on it, but sometimes it tells you what expression.